Hello and welcome. It is time to know all the personal finance news that matters to your pocket and your life on Money Time at Money 9. And we kick things off with the inflation numbers. April retail inflation at 8-year high of 7.79%. The government came out with retail inflation data for the month of April, which has reached 7.79%. The April's inflation is highest in the last 8 years. Retail inflation has now constantly remained above RBI's upper band of 6%. The retail inflation was 6.95% in the preceding month. This figure may force the RBI to again revise the lending rates. While according to official data, India's industrial production rose 1.9% in March 2022. The IIP had grown by 24.2% in March 2021. Up next, we move into some IPO news. LIC completes IPO allotment. Investors of LIC IPO have been allotted the shares on Thursday. Bidders can check the allotment status on the online portal of KFin Technologies and on the BSE website. Bidders who could not get allotment in the IPO may see the initializations of refunds from May 13. Others who were allotted shares may see the credit of shares in the demat accounts by May 16. The listing of the IPO is likely on May 17. The 20,557 crore rupees IPO was subscribed 2.95 times. LIC's policyholders and employees' portions were subscribed 6.12 times and 4.4 times respectively, while qualified institutional investors made 2.83 times bid for their allocations, whereas non-institutional investors' portion was subscribed 2.91 times. The quota for retail bidders was subscribed 1.99 times. Moving on, something that might bite your pocket. White goods are going to get expensive. Yes, that's right. According to industry players, prices of home appliances and consumer electronics including TV, washing machines and refrigerators are expected to go up by 3 to 5% from May end or the first week of June. Televisions of international brands like Thomson and Kodak are also expected to become expensive very soon. The industry players have said that manufacturers are planning to pass on the impact of rising input costs on to the end consumers. They have attributed the price hike to falling rupee, import dependence, supply constraints, raw material price increase, etc. Now, from something that bites to your pocket to something that comes as a relief. A big relief for small taxpayers. The Central Board of Direct Taxes said on Thursday that tax officers will not issue reassessment notices to small taxpayers for financial year 2013, 2014 and 2015. But this notification is only applicable to those taxpayers who had some discrepancy in filing the income tax returns and whose taxable income was less than 50 lakh rupees. The Income Tax Department has also said that it will issue reassessment notices to taxpayers for financial years 2016 and 2017, and the timeline of such notices will be of 3 years. CBDT has also asked officers to give taxpayers 2 weeks' time to respond to the reassessment notices. Plus, the taxpayers can further extend this 2 weeks period by making a request. According to experts, following the Income Tax Department's latest order, lots of cases going on against taxpayers for assessment years 2013-14, 14-15 and 15-16 will get automatically dropped. And now, here are the investments made in the top 10 companies. An analysis by a brokerage firm said that top 10 companies in which retail investors had invested heavily in FY22 had fallen by an average of 41%. Among these stocks where retail investors had picked up the stake, the top 5 are Hathway Cable and Datacom Limited, Amara Raja Batteries, Dilip Bilcon, Dhani Services and Mahanagar Gas Limited. The analysis also says that mentality of retail investors in India is very different from those in other countries. It says that retail investors in India tend to catch falling knives, while in other countries they tend to keep buying more and more of a stock whose share prices are rising. The analysis says that both of these strategies are foolish. Retail investors should do their homework before investing in any stock. SIP is the best strategy to invest in index funds or in diversified, well-managed mutual funds. Up next, get to know where you will get more salary and where you will not. According to two consulting firms, Aon India and Deloitte India, manufacturing, automobile, engineering and FMCG companies are likely to trim salaries and performance bonuses of their employees in the calendar year 2022 due to rising inflation and high input costs. But the consulting firms have also said that employees of IT, pharmaceuticals and e-commerce players will see a rise in salaries and performance bonuses because these industries are under pressure to retain their employees as their attrition rates have reached record levels. The consulting firms have said that overall companies in India are expected to take a salary hike of 9.1% to 9.9% in the calendar year 2022. And now some bad news for Vodafone Idea subscribers. The telecom operator Vodafone Idea has said that it is looking to raise tariffs. The Mumbai headquartered telecom has said that consumer expense on telecom services form a tiny part of the consumer wallet. So, this gives it freedom to take some more tariff hikes in spite of retail inflation rising to 8-year high in April. Although Vodafone Idea said that the tariff hike will be more for those plans which come with high data and high talk time. And the tariff hike will be of very low margin for low-end consumers. Voda Idea's Telecom Chief Executive Officer Ravinder Thakur has said that India has seen years of low tariff plans, but now it's time that all telecom operators in the country start making tariff hikes. Up next, it's good news for Delhiites as they will get to apply for power subsidy both online and offline. According to media reports, the Delhi government has said that Delhiites will get to apply for power subsidy both online and offline from October 1, 2022. The Delhi government will finalize the registration process which the Delhiites will have to follow to opt in or opt out of the subsidy scheme. Most likely, for the online process, Delhiites will get to apply on the portal or app of the relevant DISCOM. And those who want to apply offline, they will have to fill an application form and submit it in the office of the DISCOM. Currently, there are 58.18 lakh power consumers in Delhi, out of which 47.11 lakh are availing of the subsidy scheme. Up next, it's time to move on to some banking news. Axis Bank, Union Bank of India raised savings account interest rates. Axis Bank has raised interest rate to 3% on savings accounts with balances of less than 50 lakh rupees. Government-owned Union Bank of India too has increased interest rate on savings account to 3.1% from existing 2.9%. But the public lenders' interest rate hikes are applicable only on those savings accounts which will have a balance from 100 crore to 500 crore rupees. The new interest rates of the public lender will come into effect from June 1, 2022. Various financial institutions have started increasing interest rates on savings and fixed deposits after the Reserve Bank of India had come out in a surprise manner on May 4 by hiking the repo rates by 0.4% to 4.4%. And we wrap up today's Money Time with some more banking news. PNB share price down by 12% to 52-week low. The shares of the government-owned Punjab National Bank fell 12.54% to close at 28.95 rupees a piece after it had come out with disappointing fourth quarter numbers for the financial year 2022. The public lender's bad loan has increased by more than twice, although its GNPA dropped to 11.78 year-on-year in the fourth quarter of FY22 from 14.12% a year ago. Its NPAs too declined to 4.8% from 5.73% in the same period. Morgan Stanley has maintained an equal weight on the scrip. That's all for today on Money Time at Money 9. Subscribe and keep watching Money 9 English's YouTube channel, and do follow us on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook.